Good afternoon, Miss Ruiz. Thanks you for coming in today.
Thank you.
Especially being a little chilly and rainy outside.
Yes, I was really concerned about Liam's test scores, the one he took back in March.
That's exactly what I wanted to go over today. You have nothing to worry about. I know the language from the test scores could be a little confusing at times, and you have nothing. So today we're going to go over his test scores, and this is just a general test of achievement. So we're going to look at, this is his grade. So he's in grade 3, and then he took it back in March. And this is a student ID that you could get online and you could look up his test scores. So also it shows that his name, his school district, and his teacher.
Do you happen to have that website?
Yes. It's going to be so you're just going to go to the school district website.
Okay.
And you're going to go to their portal, and you're just going to put in his school ID, and it should pop up.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And so we're just going to go over the top and the subtest. So this is the norm reference information. So you see the national percentile. It is not percentage. It's going to just be where he ranks from the norm group. So he ranks 53 percentile better than most of the norm group, and 49% better on vocabulary than norm group percentile. So
what exactly is a norm group?
A norm group is a group of kids that is picked from across the nation, and they take the test before we give it out to the whole public and everybody else. So we have something to compare the grades with. So these kids are just picked randomly across the nation, and it stays the same age. So, if you were in 4th grade, we're getting out from 4th grade. We're in 3rd grade, we're getting out from 3rd grade.
Okay.
And then the raw score, it's going to be his actual grade. So do you have any concerns you see from the raw score?
It says he scored a 26 in vocabulary. That's pretty low, isn't it?
Yeah, I understand where you see that, because we usually go through the A, B, C, and D and F grading, and you see a 26, you're just like, wow, that is really low.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're going on percentile, since we're going on raw score, we're going to look at his percentile. So he's on the 49 percentile. So I'm going to give you this graph. You're going to get a copy of this later. And we're going to see where he's at. So 50 would be in the middle. So we're going through right here, and we're going to look right here. So he's at 49. So he's right below. And looking at Liam's portfolio and looking at his grade work, since we're talking about vocabulary, I've seen that in his portfolio, he does very well with his vocabulary. He rarely struggles in class. He connects pictures to words. He does very well with all that. So I wouldn't really be very concerned about it at all. We just keep helping him in class. He'll keep working at it. And anything else?
So I see that there's another rectangle right here. What does that represent?
This is the criteria reference information, but we're going to talk about the norm group for right now, and we'll come back to this in a little while.
Okay.
So just like I was talking about the standard error measurement, it gets from the percentiles. So it has right here, it has a standard error measurement of 3. So this is plus or minus 3. So say if he got into the 53rd, he could go up to 56, or he could go all the way to down to 50. So he'll be good in either one.
Okay. So what does right here it says basic battery. What exactly does
Yeah,
that
that's
mean?
not like a car battery. It's kind of a weird kind of language to it. It means all core subjects. So that's math, reading, and writing.
Okay. And
And
what about like complete battery?
complete battery is going to be total of all subjects put together.
Okay.
This one's going to go over is specific skills and standards. So Liam, we're going to go over like reading, and that's going to be the subjects, and we're going to go over um, the sub context subjects of all his so comprehension and everything like that, math concepts, problem solving, language, and listening.
Okay.
So we're going to look at, we're going to point one out, we're going to look at his strength.
What does NP represent?
So this is going to be the total number possible. So like on the test, there was 36 questions in vocabulary and reading.
Okay.
So right here on the RS, this is what he got correct. So he got 26 out of 36.
Okay.
So that's why he is ranked in the medium. So that's he's where he wants to be right now. He's where he wants to be. You know, of course we always want high, but medium's fine. And so structural analysis, you know, he got 10 out of 10. That's amazing. He's high. So we're gonna look at some that maybe are a little confusing at times. So like the geography, it says he got 4 out of 6, and usually, you know, you only miss 2. You think, man, I did a really good job. It's because the questions, the MP, the number of questions are so low.
Okay.
So he only missed 2. So really, he only has only one chance to really pass. So if I miss 1, that means I barely passed. So if I miss 2, I fail. So, you know, but looking at his portfolio, he does great in social studies, and I really don't see like disconnecting to what I see in class.
Okay.
And so the same thing with vocabulary. Listening vocabulary, he got 16 out of 18, which is just amazing, and that's exactly what connects to what I see in class. When we're writing essays, when he's talking, when he has to connect pictures to words, he does fine. You know, when he understands that, you know, when I tell him, you know, the train is going down the tracks, he doesn't think train as like we're training to a box, or he understands that it's actually the train that takes people across the country.
Okay.
And is there any other ones you would want to look at?
Yes, in measurement for math.
Mm-hmm.
It says he got a 5 out of 8. Should I be concerned?
I know, I understand that you see it and it's 5 out of 8 and it's low.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with same thing I've seen though when it comes to class, when he's using a ruler or using a yardstick, using tape, or we're just going over things that has measurement. I don't see anything that you really have to be concerned about. He may miss 1 or 2 when we're doing that in class, but that's out of like I give him like 15 in class, so it's really you don't really and the NP is 8, so it's still really low.
Okay.
So he barely could miss some. So say if it's 6 out of 8, you know it's gonna be, you know, that's really gonna be a 75. So 5 out of 8, it's, you know, he's right below it.
Okay.
So you know it's really nothing you have to worry about. It's just he just picks this up by 1 and he's fine. And what I see in class, he does amazing. So like let's see, like we're the sentence structure, he's fine. So you see all his language, he's doing really great. I could tell that he really loves to like writing, he loves doing biographies and talking about his family and stuff like that in class. Is there anything else?
No, I think we answered all my questions.
Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much for answering all my questions.
Oh, you're very welcome. If you need anything else, be more than welcome to email me. I know sometimes it's hard with the language. I'll clarify anything you want to need me to, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.